Guys, welcome to Fat Quarter Shop's live stream. It's April 2nd, and today what I'm going to show you is a lot of new stuff. We have a lot of new patterns and a lot of stuff that I have stitched. I've gotten so much stitching done and super excited about that. So we're going to start with an It's So Emma release. It is our second in the Kim Deal series. It is called Pennyberry Farm is the series. So we showed you the first one. This one is Feeling Sheepish. We showed you the first one in January, and at the end when we have all four, I'll show them together, but we sent the first one back to Kim Deal because she stitches it. So for this, there is a thread pack. It's called Pennyberry Farm Valdani Thread Pack, and it uses pearl cotton. You can buy the paper pattern or the PDF pattern, and Kim stitched this on the olive Mad for Plaid project bag. Any of those project bags that are called Mad for Plaid that are not mini, it would fit on. And then the needle minder that came out with the very first one is right here, and it sold really good, so we actually have more on order, and our cross stitch notion of the month is needle minder. So this is actually on sale this month. All of our needle minders are. And I would love to hear from you guys if any of you have tried stitching on the bags. And if you have, what floss did you use? Did you, what did you have success with? And what did you not have success with? I haven't stitched on a bag yet. I don't know why, because the whole reason I developed these bags was so I would have something to stitch on, and I just haven't done it. So there you go. So our next piece is Simply Stamps, and I know you guys are going to really love this. We've had Simply Stamps in the past, but this time we came out with two. The first one is called Quilt, and so this is a PDF pattern, and I'm going to show you Quilt, and then I'm going to put next to it the next one. The next one is called Stitch. So Quilt Forever Stamp, Stitch Forever Stamp. They're both separate PDFs that you can purchase. And then we put together one thread pack. This thread pack you can use for both. The yellow is only used in the quilt one. So if you did the stitch one, you wouldn't have to have the yellow one, or you could put the yellow. But we made these matchy-matchy, so we wanted to release them at the same time because I thought these would be fun to stitch. I'm going to stitch them, and I'm going to stitch them on pale gray gingham. These were stitched on white, just plain white Witchell. And then we use sticky boards for these two pieces. Denise will do a finishing tutorial for us. And then these two things right here, these are Lori's boards. They're called 9x9 vintage wooden board. The SKU number is ST34537. And so they're already painted white, and one side is indented and then one side is plain. So you could actually finish both. And there should be enough thread to do both. Yes, so if you are going to stitch them, you only need one. And it doesn't use as much thread as you think. The most thread you're going to use is this border. The pattern is in color, and it's super big, so it's very easy. It's very easy to see, very easy to read. So we have two patterns, thread pack. You're going to need we use 14 count Aida, so that's what will fit in these 9x9 frames. Both of these have a stitch count of 62 by 62, and this ends up finished at about 4.5 inches square if you stitch on 14 count. And we use this right here. We use the same finishing fabric on the bottom to tie them together. I love these. I think they're so cute. And so, if they're very successful, maybe we could do two more. Like we could do a cross stitch one, or embroidery, or knitting, or crochet. Let me know what you guys think. These are going on my stitch table this week. So I'll probably get these stitched. Gosh, I don't know. These would probably take me maybe 3 hours. They won't take me very long. So very excited about these. We've been working on these for a super long time. So these are only available here at Fat Quarter Shop. Let me know what you think of the patterns. I think they're super cute. And these, just so you know, these have a lip. So, you know, these will stand up, but if I were you, and I would probably get an easel. They're, you know, the width of this is not big enough. I mean, it will stand up like you can see, but if it was me, I'd put it on an easel or hang it on a wall. And like I said, you could do this whole finishing and you could put it here and it would just be raised up. And what I like about these 9x9" frames, she has a couple different sizes. It's already painted, so you don't have to do any work on that. So I'm gonna show you all my stitch along progress. I have been stitching like a mad woman. So I went on vacation with a bunch of teenage girls, and so of course I did my best to stitch as much as possible. So this is Word Swap by Stitching with the Housewives. So they had Word Swap 1, and you guys participated in that, and then I guess Priscilla told me that a lot of people were asking for more, so we started a second club, Word Swap 2. The first one in Word Swap 2 is Bakery, which is right here. And so if you were in that first club and you want to continue, you will need to sign up for the second club. This is the first one. The next one is going to be called Blessed, and that is on our coming soon page if you want to see that. They have been stitching theirs on Monaco, white Monaco. I've been stitching mine on white washboard 14 count Aida. The only thing that I would say is it's gotten quite expensive because I have used this exact piece on every piece, and there's only one. So I have a lot of leftover fabric that we're gonna save and use for some other pieces. This one finishes at 3 by 12.5 inches. And with this one, what I like to do is if I'm at home, I'll do the detailed stuff. And then if I know I'm gonna go somewhere, I'll just outline a couple of letters. And then, you know, if I'm in a car, you know, picking up a kid or something, I can just do like maybe a skein or two and, you know, just fill in. But this one I did on a plane. You can still buy single of the first club. So this Word Swap club, you don't have to be in the club. We keep all of those patterns as paper and PDF in stock. And then the next one is called Blessed. It will be out in a couple of weeks. You can buy it individually or buy it in the club. I haven't decided if I'm going to stitch Blessed yet or not. If you sign up for the club today, we will have to mail you Bakery. So in a couple of days, we can go back and ship those out. Or you could email us and just say, when you ship Blessed, please ship Bakery. We kind of, I didn't realize she was doing a second club, so there's that. Okay, and then also by them is Good Old Days. That's another club that we just started by Stitching with the Housewives. And this one has 13 designs in the club. When you sign up, you'll get the first part, which is a big sign that says Good Old Days. And you can see that on Priscilla and Chelsea's channel. And it's like a big thing. It says Good Old Days. And then each month there will be 3 smalls. And then you would put those at the bottom. So I'm only doing the smalls. Because these are so fun to do. These you can just pick up and go. And you know, it's really interesting because these are all supposed to be chalkboard black, but they came from different packages and they don't even match. Can you tell, Jordan?
On camera, in real life, it's harder to know.
Yeah. It's funny because I stitched all these and didn't even notice, but I do, like in person, you really can't see. So I think Jordan's right, you really can't see. But these, I just pick these from packages I have at home, packages I have at work. So whatever I have, I just pick up. Now, me and Denise have not decided how we're going to finish these. We're not sure how we're going to finish them. You know, we could come up with like a board that has all 3. May, if you want to see May, it's super cute. It is on our coming soon page as well. So the first month you would get April and the good old days, and then going forward you would get each of the months. And they're about, the stitches, it's about 49 by 47. So they're about 3 by 4 inches. And what I like to do when I do these is I'll do the hardest one first, the medium one second, and then the easiest one last, because then that way I can kind of go through it pretty quick. So I don't know. I swear I cut these. Denise, didn't I cut these? I kitted this myself, didn't I? I cut this from the same piece of fabric.
I cut it and it all came from the same piece of fabric.
Yeah, this came from this. This was not. Sometimes when we kit stuff, like it'll be like, oh, I have something at home. This all came from the same piece of fabric. So it's weird that it looks so different.
Right and wrong side.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Do you think?
No.
No, I don't know, but I'm like 90% sure we took this from the same piece of fabric. So super excited that I got that finished. So I also did that while I was on vacation. I did this one in Fort Worth, I believe, actually. I've been doing a lot of traveling. This next one, it only took me a week. So I always like to show new designers and new stuff, and this is was the Night Before Christmas cross stitch sampler. It's based on a quilt by Joanna Figueroa. It was a block of the month a couple of years ago, and with this one, she has on here called for DMC, and then she also has Cosmo conversions. So I looked at both the skeins of DMC and Cosmo and decided that I thought Cosmo looked better. So on our site, if you click on this pattern, you can select all, and it will take, bless you, all the Cosmo floss plus the pattern and put it in your cart. And this is what I stitched mine on. I used the Floss Flowers, Sugar Sweet Floss Flowers, and then what I did here is I took the Cosmo and I cut the little number off of the skein, and then I just taped it down with that clear, like clear tape and that's what I did on each of them. And this is how much I have left over. So I had a lot of thread left over, and I just leave extra. If I have extra, I just leave it on there. And this is a brand new product right here that we just came out with.
Floss Bobbin Station.
Floss Bobbin Station, and what's great about it is your needle can go here. Do you have the needle minder I can see? So you can do a couple things here.
Here's the needle.
Your needle will stick here, which is really needed because see, and it the great thing is like the point of the needle goes in the center. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna fall. Let me see. It's not gonna fall off. Your floss is. And I love this gray. This gray. And then if you want to make it pretty, you can put a needle minder and then do this. So up to you how pretty you want it to be. But I'm one of those people that I'm always losing my needle, so this is gonna be great for me to use. And so like if I'm working on, I'm gonna use this, and if I'm working on say Classic Colorworks, I'll just put the Classic Colorworks fits vertically or horizontally in here. I think we tested it before, so you can put those in there. And I loved stitching with the Cosmo. I've always been a big fan of the Cosmo floss. I feel like it tangles a lot less, and I just thought the colors were so pretty. And so the way that I did this one is I started here, and then I kind of did this. I was thinking about doing the entire border first and then filling in, but I got too scared. Like I was afraid if I went all the way around and then came down here that it wouldn't meet up. So I kind of did the border, then I did this, then I did this, and then I kind of just went down. I was kind of iffy about the 2025. And I kind of just went with it. I was trying to think like, should I do DEF or 456 or just something different than the year, because obviously in 2040 it's gonna be irrelevant. But I went ahead and went with it because I didn't think it'd be easy. I just didn't think it'd be easy to replace. But I'm not a big person on putting years in. And then this one, I basically did all of this on vacation, and then I outlined the house and finished the house on the plane. And this is just one of the, this is the pale gray gingham that I feel like I use on everything. And yes, if you were in the Stitch Quarterly, you just got this, so I hope you love it. I'm gonna basically have one at like different parts of where I stitch. So I have a station at home where I stitch, I have a station at work where I stitch, and then the ones that I go in my bag, I probably, you know, I'm not gonna carry this around because this is gonna just come out. But yeah, this is called the Floss Bobbin Station. Yes, and I agree, Dee, it's better to have reference points along the way instead of doing the whole border. And this was like a lot of start and stop. And, oh, one other thing that I did that I changed a little bit. Okay, so these are the two whites. So color 100 and then color 364. So some of the, can you zoom in, Jordan, do you think? Thank you, that's good. So on some of them, the pattern was to do this white on white right here. So I stitched it and you couldn't see it. So what I did is on all 4 of these little flowers, I stitched with this 100. And then the rest I stitched with the 364. So I did move that around. To be honest, you don't even need the 100. So if you want to save money and you add that to your cart, just don't put this one in, and then you can just put this one in here, you know, in the center if you want. So that was the only change that I made. And I think on one of them, I think I did one of the greens in the wrong spot or something, but I feel like you can see this enough. But when I stitched with the white, you could not see it. So I'm glad that you guys have already gotten the floss bobbin and you're already using it. So yeah, so this is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas by Joanna Figueroa. I think I'm gonna get this one framed. I thought, you know, one thing I thought would be super cute is if I put this into a stitchy bag. Like if I, you know, made a top and a zipper, but I think I would just be too scared to do it. So I don't know. Let me know if you have any ideas of how you think I should finish this. But I did love the Cosmo colors better than the DMC. I feel like Cosmo has better greens and better aquas than DMC. So that is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And this one, you can see we stopped serging the edge of my fabric just to save time, and it's totally fine. You know, and I just, to keep it from getting wrinkles, you can just roll it. Actually, I would roll it inside out. And then you could just put this like in a plastic bag, like, you know how we ship your orders in plastic bags at Fat Quarter Shop? You could put it in there until you're ready to frame it. The next thing I finished was April Monthly Mini Village. So this is the 4th one that has come out. I finished this, I think, 2 days ago. And I made a couple of changes. So I'm going to compare the pattern and I'm going to show you the changes I made. And the changes, it's actually kind of funny how I came about changing it. So I'll tell you. So first of all, I did the little whiskers a little bit different. And then for the eyes, I just did up and down stitches because the other eyes that I did for the people wouldn't fit with the whiskers. So that was one thing, is the eyes, they're just a vertical. Yeah, vertical up and down stitch right there. It's just a full stitch. Okay, so I was stitching this and I was on the phone with Priscilla and I wasn't paying attention. So this house is supposed to be pink here, green here, and then this is supposed to be Eastery, like Easter eggs, kind of. Like pinks, yellows, blues, greens. It's supposed to be like an Easter egg. Well, I was on the phone talking to Priscilla, and I stitched this whole thing pink. And then I was like, wait a minute, it's not supposed to be pink. And then I was like, oh, it looks good. I think it looks good. I'm going to leave it. So then I just put the green that was supposed to be the house on the roof, and then it was quicker because I didn't have to change threads a bunch of times. And then I just made sure when I did this one, I just did the same thing. And then because I made the house pink and not pink and green, the flowers here were supposed to be like this, blue, pink, blue, pink. So I just did all blue flowers here. So that's just, you know, if you're ever stitching and not paying attention and you don't want to, I mean, I was not going to pull all those stitches out. First of all, I love pink. So it was total accident, but I think I was watching, I think we were talking about the Karen Reed trial. Priscilla, by the way, is obsessed with that trial. I know nothing about it. I mean, I know a little bit, but not really at all. And so she gets to tell me all about it. And I think that's what we were talking about. So I started May yesterday. These take me, gosh, this one takes me about, I don't know, maybe 8 hours, maybe 12. They take me about a weekend. And this is, I'm stitching on Beautiful Beige, and these you just buy the patterns individually. And I'm using the Classic Colorworks for stitching. And these patterns are in black and white. So I think it looks really good, and I think I like it a lot better than the Easter egg roof. So hopefully you guys like it. It's done, and it is what it is. And then here's the back. And so when I'm done, you just roll it up, and then that keeps it from getting dirty. Okay, the seed packets is a new series we started at the beginning of the year. And there's 12 of them, and there's a club. And the club, you get the pattern and the floss each month. I'm going to stitch 3 of them. And I've already picked the 3. I can't tell you the 3 because then it would give away what's in the future. But I know the second one because Jordan reminded me before the video started, and then the third. But basically, I picked the ones that have pink. So there's going to be 3 pink flowers. You know, some of the months are purple and green, and, you know, I'm not like really big into purple and green. But this is Natural Rustico 14 Count Ada by Witchell, and it has that like speckled kind of look. And so it kind of looked like seed packets. So I'm going to stitch this one. Now on the next one, I think I'm going to do 3 stitches in between. So we'll see. I'll probably just stitch like a little section right here. And then I'll probably text it to Cheryl and Denise and be like, hey, do you think this is good? If it's not, you know, then I'll change it. But that's kind of what I'm aiming to do. This one was super easy. I didn't realize how much empty space was in it. And so this was super easy. And I used 3 different pinks. I think some of the other months might only have 2 pinks, but I might just use 3 each time just so that it stays consistent. So I got that done. And then I'm going to show you Shelley's stitching progress and Cheryl's stitching progress. So we cut the piece big enough for the whole thing. So Shelley stitched Love Grows Here by Tiny Modernist. It's a newer pattern. This is Morganite 14 Count Fiber on a Whim Ada. Now, Fiber on a Whim is hand dyed, and so it's very soft. And so that's very different than what I stitch on. She used called for DMCs, and the strawberries, the flowers by the strawberries are supposed to be white, but she changed those to light pink. These right here. Oh, strawberries. Jordan's like, look for the strawberries. So these right here she changed. And this one has a lot of back stitching, but it looks really great. And then Cheryl has progress on 3 different projects. It's so funny to see Cheryl and Shelley's because they use such different fabric than me. The Prairie Schooler March Daffodils. We had showed you before, so she finished it. That looks so good. So this is 32 count Lugana from CHERYL'S stash, 2 strands over 2 squares. She used called for DMC. Super cute. And this is really, that looks really cute. The mouth looks really cute. It reminds me of Lion King. And then also Prairie Schooler, the Santa ornament. She's doing 25 ornaments for 2025. And so she's stitching them. I think she's going to stitch them and then cut them apart. So we've shown you this one. So this one is right here. This one right here is right here. And then this one is right here. She's using called for DMC. This is 20 count vintage country mocha, 1 strand over 1 DMC. And so vintage country mocha, so she's going to probably fit, I mean, I'm just guessing, but she'll probably get 9 or 12 on this piece of fabric. And then she has her first Nashville market start. It's Coco's Garden by Teresa Kogut. So cute. So this is 20 count Ada from her stash, 1 strand over 1 square with called for DMC and classic colorworks, except for the white basket right here. It isn't showing up right here when she stitched it, so she's going to pull those stitches out and then do a different color, and when she does, we'll show you which one that she does. Let me see if there's, yeah, it's just 1 chart in here. And what's great about the Teresa Kogut patterns is they're in color, and the charting is really big, so like each page has like a little different section, so you're not trying to eyeball a tiny piece. The Stitchy seed packets do have DMC conversions on them. No, they do not.
There wasn't enough room.
Oh, there wasn't enough room. Oh yeah, there's, yeah, only classic color work. Sorry about that. Okay, so news, let's see. All needle minders at Fat Quarter Shop are 25% off. So that includes Flamingo Toes, It's So Emma, Fat Quarter Shop, Primrose Cottage. So we usually do that about once a year. I showed you the floss bobbin station. I'm gonna first show you the new Stitching with the Housewives patterns. For sideways strippers, there's Laundry Day, Hair Pair, Hen Pair. Okay, what's hair mean? Bunny?
Yeah.
Oh. And then the Tulip Girls. There you go. So those are all PDFs that you can get at Stitching with the Housewives Etsy store or fatquartershop.com. And then there are 4 roundabouts. There's the carrots, peas, radish, cabbage, and then tea. So I believe tea is the start of April. So this one came out today. So I'm assuming all of the, you know, each month has a theme. So I'm assuming these are going to be, you know, like a tea theme. Well, yeah, it is because it's tea roundabouts. Duh. Spring roundabouts, yeah. And then we have a lot of new patterns that came in after Nashville Needlework Market that have just arrived. Manny Di Donna. There are 4 pillows that go with the seasons. And so they each have like a little mini quilt. And like, this is super cute. It's got, this is like a cross stitch station, sewing machine. This also has like sewing stuff. It's super cute. And then she also has pincushion lovers, which these designs are all quilty related. Annie B's Folk Art has 5 new patterns. October 31st. Folk Birds. Patriotics Inn. Strawberry Milk. I think this one's funny. Strawberry milk comes from pink cows. I think that's funny. And then there's a booklet, and it's called My Hometown. So I think this is the city and state, and then My Hometown. And then Summer House Stitch Works, Fragments in Time 2025, number 1 and number 2. Now on this one, Denise, is this going to be where you can stitch them individually or together?
Yes.
Okay, so this is showing individually, and then I'm sure on her website there's more information on how you join those. My Blue Heaven, that's really pretty. Remember Me. And the Corner of Corn and Beans. And then Erica Michaels, Forget Me Not. Friends and Stars. Good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they are always there. Feather Beds. Voices of the Garden. And Bird Song Berries. Can I have the,
Design board?
yes, sorry. The Russell Sisters. So this is based, I'm sure, on a vintage piece. A quick look at both samplers tell you they must be related. They belong to a collector friend of mine who didn't realize they must be sisters until we were going through her collection. Many thanks to Rita for allowing me to reproduce and share each of these. And then Life is Sweet. And then Weeks Dye Works has 5 new colors, and these are all going to stay in print. And we have sold these really fast. That's Chantilly, Liquid Gold, Pickled Okra, Acai Berry,
Uh-huh.
and then Olive Branch. And so we have a lot more on order, and the sets are sold out, but we should be getting more of this any day, and then we'll sell a set of this for about 6 months. I think this one's going to be great because it's off-white, but it's got a hint of yellow, which sometimes is, or I don't know if it's like yellow, gray, silver, but it'll show up a little bit better on a white-on-white fabric. Primrose Cottage has new patterns, and they're super cute. Berry Basket, Strawberry Quilt, and then the Stitchers Trio. And these, I looked at these before we started. These are all charted in DMC. They have a new sticker. So you could, this is one of those, like, what is this called? It's really thick.
Like
so you,
vinyl?
Vinyl. So you could like put it, it's not like a paper sticker. You could put it on your sewing machine. You could put it on your car. You know, it's one of those. And then there is a Home Stitch Home charm. And then Stitching Trio. So these are super cute. You could put these on bags. You'll have to let me know if you're one of those people that put stickers all over your sewing machines. Tiny Modernist has 2 new patterns, and since then there's even more. This is Forest Friends and Fantastical Greenhouse Part 3. And we just got an email this week that she has other new ones. They're just not here yet. And she is based in Canada, so they take a little bit longer to get here. And then Little House Needleworks, these is my words. And it has Sarah Agnes Prine, a new flowers amidst the vegetables brings bees and all the garden rejoices, SAP. A count and cross-stitch design created from the wonderful novel written by the best-selling author Nancy Turner. So that's what we have today. Let me just look and see kind of what your comments are. The log cabin stitch along.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. I'm probably going to start it pretty soon. So probably pretty soon. Patriotic Inn is so pretty. Tea and coffee one's coming. Tea and more coffee one's coming. Oh, that's for Stitching with Housewives. Perfect to pop in an Easter egg needle minders. Oh yeah, that would be really cute. And that bobbin station, we made it fit all of the It's So Emma and Fat Quarter Shop floss holders. Okay, so I don't think I see any questions. Am I going to get the circles, Forget-Me-Nots shown at ink circles? I don't think we ordered those. The stitchers can, oh, those stickers can go on water bottles. Yes, yes. And then someone did comment that there is so there's 2 new trials going on. Karen Reed retrial started yesterday. So I have to talk to Priscilla and see, like, if I know she's watching it. And then Lori Vallow is representing herself in Arizona, and they picked jurors yesterday. Very interesting. They picked 13 male and 3 female. I'm sure there was a reason behind that. I hope the trial goes fast so that it can just be done for Kay and Larry and people can just move on. The new Lori house for April is at the Framer. And the log cabin stitch along is going to be the Little House Needlework pattern. We're recoloring the threads. I think that's what we're waiting on, is that thread order to arrive. And then I'm going to start stitching it, and I'll let you know. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. If y'all have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the box. I will definitely read them, and thank you so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe to our channel. I'll see you next time.